A graveyard at sea. Unlike the famous Mary Celeste where the crew vanished, the mystery of the SS Ourang Medan is defined by what was left behind. When rescuers discovered the Dutch freighter drifting in the Strait of Malacca, they did not find an empty vessel. They found a ship full of corpses. The crew was intact, but every soul on board was frozen in a state of absolute terror, their eyes wide open and staring at the sun. There were no wounds, no blood, and no signs of violence, only the look of men who had seen something horrific. The distress call. In June 1947, the Strait of Malacca was a dangerous shipping lane riddled with pirates and post-World War II naval mines. On a calm afternoon, two American vessels, the City of Baltimore and the Silver Star, intercepted a terrifying Morse code signal. It was not a standard SOS. The frantic message read, "All officers, including captain, are dead, lying in chart room and bridge, possibly whole crew dead." After a confused silence, a final chilling transmission tapped out two words, "Ayimodai," the silent ship. The Silver Star raced to the coordinates, finding the Ourang Medan bobbing gently in the swell. The ship was eerily silent, physically undamaged but with no signs of life. A boarding party was assembled, the sailors' unease growing with every meter closer. Upon stepping onto the Dutch ship, they were hit by a sudden unnatural drop in temperature, a stark contrast to the oppressive tropical heat. The scene on board was a tableau from a nightmare. The decks were littered with the bodies of the crew, their faces locked in a final silent scream. The captain lay dead on the bridge. The officers were piled in the wheelhouse. Even the ship's dog, a small terrier, was found frozen mid-snarl. Every corpse shared the same grotesque expression, teeth bared, faces upturned toward the sky and arms outstretched as if fending off an unseen, terrifying attacker. The rescue team found no injuries, no signs of struggle, and no evidence of piracy. The cargo appeared intact, yet the life had been snapped out of the entire crew in a single horrific moment. Destruction and theories. The Silver Star prepared to tow the ghost ship to port for investigation. However, before they could secure the line, a fire erupted in the number 4 cargo hold. The boarding party was forced to flee. Moments later, a massive explosion rocked the Ourang Medan, lifting the vessel out of the water before it broke apart and sank, taking all evidence to the ocean floor. Over the decades, 3 primary theories have emerged. First, carbon monoxide poisoning from a boiler malfunction. This could explain the sudden deaths, but it fails to account for the universal look of sheer terror etched onto the victims' faces. Second, a cargo of deadly chemical weapons. Historians note that Ourang Medan translates to man from Medan, suggesting a clandestine origin. It's theorized the ship was secretly transporting a deadly cocktail of nerve agents or cyanide, perhaps linked to the infamous Japanese covert unit 731. A small leak would explain the instant deaths and the rictus of horror, and the volatile cargo would explain the subsequent explosion that conveniently erased all evidence. Finally, the paranormal. Sailors have long whispered of the sea's dark secrets. Some believe the unnatural chill and lack of physical injuries point to infrasound from deep-sea seismic events, creating vibrations that can induce intense fear, or perhaps a supernatural entity that literally frightened the crew to death. To this day, no official registration for the SS Ourang Medan exists in Lloyd's shipping registers. On paper, the ship never existed. Whether it was a victim of a smuggling operation gone wrong or forces beyond human understanding, the truth lies at the bottom of the Strait of Malacca.